Hey guys, what's going on? We're back. I'm Shane.
Zach.
I'm James.
We're back here with another episode of the show that I love, Raised by Wolves, Season 1, Episode 3.
Yeah, boy.
Hell yeah.
Let's recap what happened last time.
Tempest was pregnant.
She was raped. She was raped.
You had everything. You had some very motherly qualities coming out of Mother to balance out her fucking psycho.
She has to really earn that name, you know?
Yeah, I know. It was just kind of, how you say that? Arbitrarily given to her in the first episode.
Right.
The second episode, well, at the end of the first episode, you find out she's fucking frying guys' faces and blowing them up and shit. It was crazy. She killed father in the first episode.
She did.
And so it was turning out to be pretty traumatic for poor, what's his name?
Campion.
Yeah. Every time I think of the name, I want to say Camden. Something like that, because Camden Clark Memorial Hospital, Camden.
That's kind of a cool name, Campion.
It is a cool name, but episode 2 opened with them in, I think, Boston, and it was like 2145 or something. War zone. There was
I forgot about the fucking opening.
Yeah, there was Marcus and his girlfriend. For some reason, I think her name was Sarah, but that might be wrong. We have a really weird moment where a copy, is that the right word? A clone of Marcus and his girlfriend come in and kill the real Marcus and Sarah.
Yeah, they are impersonators.
They cloak them somehow.
Well, no, they got that surgery.
Well, they got the face surgery.
That fucked up android from that helicopter crash.
Right.
That was there to tend all of the people that were selected for the Ark. And he had all their records on file. So they used him to do plastic surgery and make them look like people that were selected for the Ark, so that they could infiltrate the Ark and get the fuck off that planet.
Yeah.
And that was a really weird moment because I didn't know at first who killed who. If the real ones or fake ones did, but the fake ones survived.
Man, I love Face Off.
Yeah, Face Off.
How the hell did these...
What do you want?
That was a great movie.
Take one fucking guess.
Yeah.
His face is gone. He's smoking a cigarette.
That was a great movie.
It was a movie.
Yeah.
It was a
great,
movie. I liked it a lot.
I liked it a lot.
It's one of those movies you can, it's like...
But, like, how the hell, like, they look so much fucking different. Their photo structures.
Yeah, the skeletal structures, that's completely different.
Makes no sense, yeah.
It's okay, we'll roll with it. Whatever.
But then they go to the planet. What's the planet called again? I forget. KB something.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but whatever.
A bunch of numbers.
Mother sits the kids down, basically tells them no religion, takes all their penance away from them.
That's what she does to the people she takes from the Mithraic Ark.
Yeah, all those kids.
After she kills all the people, she takes them and then sabotages their ship.
Yeah.
The Ark.
Blows that bitch up. Yeah.
Let's see, what else happened? The liquors. We don't know what they're called yet. We're going with liquors.
Yeah.
But those fucking things show up in the middle of the night in that episode. Mother goes after her eyes, which she took out as a measure of trust. And she couldn't find them. And she assumes father took them. Turns out Campion took them. So father and mother confront Campion. They have a cool little mother and father trust exercise. And mother goes full necromancer. Kills some fucking liquors.
Yeah.
You find out she tells Tempest specifically not to look at her.
Yeah.
And then she kills the rest of the liquors except for the ones that go after Marcus, or the Marcus is stand-in, who was, what was his name again? The real name? We have a C.
I can't remember his real name.
They find him, and he had tied himself to this rock where Father and Campion had originally gone to activate the distress signal, or the navigation signal, or whatever, and in the shuttle that the androids arrived in.
Yeah.
Well, these things go after him and knock him down, but he tied himself off as a lifeline, and he lands in this fucking hole.
Which was fucking genius.
And he's just hanging there.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the episode, the other Mithraic, we didn't know about them, but more Mithraic are there.
Yeah.
They show up and find him and help him.
And they rescue Marcus.
And they rescue him, and we're left with, mother and father had built some trust between one another, because his father, thank you for not taking my eyes.
Yeah.
And, Campion's on the outs. He's probably going to be pushed. We don't know. It seems like to us that he may be getting pushed towards religion.
Yeah, so that's another interesting thing I found out about that episode was Hunter, after Mother took the penance and stuff, encouraged Campion to pray with him, which Campion didn't pray with him, but still, we'll see. I'm sure we'll see that dynamic more as the episodes go on.
Well, see, he was already doing that before they showed up.
Right.
Yeah, because Father was like, you better not let Mother catch you doing that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was episode 1. Yeah.
He already has some... how do you put it?
inclination.
He's drawn to it.
Yeah, he's drawn to it.
Yeah.
Because of the hopelessness of the situation.
Yeah, like
and
the more
even discuss
tragedy he experiences, the more he's going to look for a higher power.
that. Yeah, and the father addresses that in his own words.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we should probably get to this, though.
Let's do it.
Get her started.
Nonsense, Campion. You used to love this story.
I lied. I never loved it.
No, that's horseshit.
Campion,
I always thought it was stupid.
that's enough! You're being dishonest and disrespectful. Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin, the little pig answered. To which the wolf replied,
The person who plays the mother is so freaking good.
She's really good. Man.
She's good.
When she was doing that Three Little Pig story, that was...
Yeah, well, how she fucking snaps at Campion.
Yeah.
And then goes right back into it and almost lets you forget that
I know.
she just did that.
Well, just like that blank expression on her face.
no, I can't do it.
Yes, you can.
I can't. Eve is mother. I can't even be a mother.
Why?
You know why.
Stay positive.
You don't talk to me.
Maybe you don't need to be
Just
him.
got done saying she can't.
I know.
Exactly.
What the fuck you talking about?
I just should have beaten her.
I can't be his mother. Boom.
See, what are you going to say?
It's a nice sweeping shot that hasn't been a cut yet.
Yeah, it's good camera work.
Captain, are you enjoying yourself?
Apologies.
You misunderstand me. It pleases me to see a man of war bringing joy back into his life.
They're like, why are you talking to this kid? That's what I thought.
That's how I thought it was going. Are you enjoying yourself?
Then maybe it's just them. Maybe they're just fucking assholes.
The parents?
Maybe.
It's called a claw. It's for catching and killing.
Here.
Yeah. This time right across the belly.
Spilling your intestines.
What took you so long, Campion?
It's my fault he's late, Mother.
Of that I have no doubt. Now let's continue our dinner without any further conflict. We will engage in polite conversation.
Already gets grilled.
I like mother's rigidity.
Uh,
I don't suffer any of that.
Please choose a topic.
Forget it. Talk about something else.
yeah.
She's like polite conversation. No.
Except it's not polite, it's forced.
Depends how you look at it, I guess.
Well, you can look at however the fuck you want, but she's, laying down the law with her goddamn killing eyes, blowing people up,
Oh, go on, admit it. You're glad he picked you.
Oh.
That was bullshit for him to say that.
Yeah.
Jesus. Not good.
Maybe someday we'll make it real.
Man, I didn't have Legos.
A lot of fucking Legos.
I connect.
A lot of patience. I had a lot of Legos.
Your parents died with their eyes open. Don't fail me, Caleb.
What? Walks away. Like Tatsu.
Yeah.
Think of it as close those eyes.
These guys don't seem like they're real religious.
No, they don't.
So...
Yeah, I took this as they're the atheists.
Yeah.
Maybe. They might just be street guys. Like, you have your actual Sunday morning at the goddamn Episcopalian church Christians. Then you have the guys that just, they in their heart believe it, but they live on the streets. And kick the shit out of each other with turbocharged backpacks.
To me, Mithraic seem like they're definitely a cult, but they're like a class.
But it doesn't, you're right. And it doesn't mean that there
So
are
there
more
could-
people on this planet that believe in the things that each party believes in, but
Yeah.
they're still their own little sect.
Yeah. Backpack fucking up. When she gets shot.
Sounds too good.
Oh.
Shit. Like a fucking alien, where the androids bleed some white shit.
Yeah. Jeez. Milk! Imagine all the Oreos, man. Don't let a drop of that fucking spill.
They're just fucking dumping it all over the ground.
There's definitely something living down there. Beneath the promised land will be demons. When the light is shone upon them, they shall be like us.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Prophecy, maybe?
Probably from their scriptures. And now the Nazgul are here.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what that sounds like.
Yeah. Oh. My dumbass
Shit.
forgot.
I didn't expect that to get hurt. I really didn't. I thought it was going to be a fucking pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl! Fucking 9.
Engage in necromancer and young, you will be shielded by the armor of Mithraic.
What a dumbass.
Nothing to fear. Are you sure?
The white shit.
Pulled a big load out of her stomach. Your mother's hand kind of looked like last night.
What?
I don't know what that means.
I know now.
You see the
yeah, we get it. Jesus Christ.
Just kidding.
This is a family network.
It's a Christian show.
She's leaving.
I'd stay down there for a fucking
Oh,
2
yeah.
hours.
I'd stay down there
Fucking
for
Black
24
Noir.
fucking hours, man. I wouldn't come out of there
She
unless...
comes out, 24 hours and come back. Just right when you're leaving.
Come in.
You tricky.
The fuck I could break through that thing?
Come in, please open the door.
It's a stick.
Yeah.
It's just a stick! Like people carrying the Pope.
Fucking asshole. He's just making him carry him.
He looks like
It looks like he's a fucking...
like I don't know. Just like
Something's wrong with him. Looks like something's wrong with him.
yeah.
blob of shit sitting there.
Yo, Roman Popery!
What's that blob of shit in that old movie from years ago? Oh, fuck.
Secret
I
Garden.
can think of a lot of blobs of shit in a lot of different movies, okay? So,
And it appears as soon as the carvers are picked, the pits begin to decay.
the kids are getting radioactive poison.
The Gen 1s were exposed early enough that they must have developed some resistance. It wasn't you.
That seems like a pretty big oversight to me. When you're an android and you should know this shit.
Yeah.
But I know you're trying to make her feel better.
She's very
So I
emotional.
get it.
Different programming. Like he might be more the smarter one, I guess.
No one ever believes me because I'm small, but I was right.
Shut up, small person. He just runs away with it. It sounds like when I'm spanking Malachi in Walmart. Run away.
He's gonna keep it. He's gonna take it captive so they can study it, probably.
I can't see it.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Good catch.
Tricky bastards.
Oh, that was a pretty good episode.
Yeah.
It was good, man. It was really good.
Oh, yeah.
I feel bad for Campion because he's so confused because he blames Mother for pretty much all the bad shit that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Come to find out, she's not the reason all the bad shit happens. I mean, she's the reason some of the bad shit happens, but not all of it.
She definitely gives reason to doubt.
Right, true.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, this is his first exposure to violence, and not only is it violence, but it's
pretty intense.
Major, intensive violence.
Yeah.
I think there's no doubt at this point, though, that she really cares about protecting the children. I don't think she's trying to sabotage anything, kill them, or anything like that. I think she really cares, and she's really focused on the mission of making sure they all survive.
Mm-hmm. No,
Don't be campy, Jamie.
Huh?
Don't be campy, Jamie.
I never doubted that she cared for me personally. Like, I just was wondering how much is it programming, and just like Tempest said, like, she's never seen an android.
It's part of her build description.
Seen that kind of devotion in an android before.
Yeah.
I mean?
She's also a necromancer, though. And how many of those kids have seen a necromancer?
Right.
Not many. But
and evidently she's another level of necromancer because they're discussing the Mithraic we're discussing. The necromancers originated with the Mithraic.
Yeah.
Which explains a lot of their features,
mm-hmm.
as far as, to me, visually.
Yeah.
And, they're talking about how no one has ever successfully reprogrammed a necromancer.
Yeah, the atheists didn't have the technology to do it.
Right.
I thought they were talking about them.
Yeah. So obviously, someone, came along.
Yeah, or
appropriated her for the atheist cause.
Didn't Marcus say that like she herself was choosing this converting? Reverting, yeah.
Because she's reverting back to that status as a necromancer. Whereas up until that point, before they were threatened, she was, whatever she'd become or whatever she had been reprogrammed to be. But as she started to fail, presumably, she's altering. She's reverting.
Okay.
She's devolving into whatever she originally was.
Yeah.
I think my doubts about her and the kids had more to do with, especially in episode 1, when her spastic, crazy behavior. But I think as each episode goes on, I realize it wasn't really that uncalculated. I think she's pretty calculated. I think she's pretty... she knows what she's doing. Yeah, I mean, even though it seems extreme at times.
To me, the first episode, it was like really circumstantial. Like these fucking people came and tried to take your kids, so she went crazy.
She went nuts.
I feel like...
Well, before that, though, she was experiencing all this death amongst these kids that she was trying to, keep alive. So maybe that's why Father says in this episode that he needs to be needed. He needs to be useful.
Yeah.
So the more these kids die, the less she becomes useful. Maybe that's why her programming is starting to fucking go on the fritz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. But I'm just saying that obviously she's not breaking down now. She's actually... Or she's either that or she's breaking down with a purpose. Kind of like Buzz Lightyear. He's falling with style.
I mean, she seems better.
So,
she seems
yeah.
better.
So maybe that's why.
She doesn't seem like she's breaking down at this point.
Yeah, I guess to me when she... as soon as she left the others... when she left that ark... and destroyed it, I felt she seemed reinvigorated a little bit.
What's I saying? But was she breaking down, and she could have been because her programming could not come to terms with what was happening.
Well,
the children were all dying.
We speculated that when, I think it was the first episode, when she went up to the ship and all that crazy shit happened, that she either regenerated herself or self-repaired somehow. Wasn't there a flashlight or something?
No, there was that. You're talking about that room that she. Yeah, it was a desanitation room or something like that.
Yeah.
So that before she went in with access to the kids, that she was desanitized.
Yeah, but
that's my guess.
Yeah, she probably did. Yeah, but she does seem, since that point, she seems like she's getting.
I almost thought like that when she did that, or off camera, that she did something to self-repair.
Right.
But I don't really have that.
I don't like that off-camera shit that's unexplained.
Well, I don't have any evidence.
It's like someone coming in with a retcon, swooping in to save the day. It's like, well, she was on screen. She self-repaired. No, that's not how it fucking works when there's a narrative. Okay,
we want to see it.
Yeah.
Well, you have to explain that kind of shit.
Right.
You can't just say, well, it's an android. She put in new eyeballs and she's good.
Yeah.
And it didn't show her putting in any new organs. She repaired Father with the organs from that other android that she killed. Or, deactivated.
Yeah.
And, so I think that I don't know, to me, it's almost like a sense of purpose kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Maybe her build description and all the shit that she's hardwired to do. These kids are all dying and she's falling apart. There's almost what could be compared to like an emotional status.
Yeah.
And she's just breaking down. And
no.
But then she came up, like you said, with a purpose. If she's reverting back into a necromancer, that gives her a new, fulfilling purpose.
Yeah. Didn't earlier in the episodes, though, after she went, ballistic and blew all those bodies up, didn't she come back to the ship or to the planet, and wasn't she like really struggling? Almost like she was really struggling, and Father was like, "Hey, you need to go lay down or something." You know what I'm saying? Do you remember that? But since then, when she's went ballistic and blew shit up, she hasn't had that serious. Remember, she was laying on the ground, out in the fucking garden or whatever. Yeah, right. I mean, she seems like she's.
Well, it's almost like a metamorphosis, but it's a reversion, like they were discussing. Right. Obviously, someone made her into something else, and she's, like Marcus said, reverting back to her original programming, build description, which is to fucking kill all humans. Yeah. Evidently.
But I think there's been some time jumps too, though. So I mean, when she was struggling, it might have been several years now.
I thought the same thing when they shared a few scenes, but I don't know if they're going to go Westworld on us and do time jumps like that. I mean, if they did, it's It's clever, but I just don't want to see that because they're not really. You still have the kids,
right?
Yeah,
and you have these things, what the Mithraic were discussing from their scriptures, because evidently this show is leading you to believe, like, if they're self-fulfilling or not, but they're coming across some things that are lining up with what they're giving us in the narrative. In terms of their scriptures. Like, they're talking about the orphan boy.
Yeah.
Which could be considered Campion. I think it more resembles Paul.
Yeah.
Because his parents are technically dead, and Campion never technically had any. Mm-hmm. And, or he did, but, you don't even know if they're dead.
Yeah.
So basically, you think some prophecy is going to get fulfilled.
Well, I think it's going to seem that way, and maybe that's the point of this show. Like, the point of this show is definitely leading me to believe that they're making a point with this stuff, and they can just say that it's self-fulfilling. Mm-hmm. Like what the fuck did they call that? Like, it's like loop theory or something. I don't know, where it's like it all kind of
self-fulfill. This belief or prophecy, or whatever.
Yeah, it ends up just making you believe it more, even though it's not technically true.
Right. Yeah,
and this show might be making a point of that, but I don't know. And maybe it's just driving the narrative, and it's a little more simple than I'm making it. Mm-hmm. But the things at the end with Paul, the cloaked figure.
Yeah,
he found the Wicker Man toy in the woods. Where did that come from? Has there been previous attempts to colonize this planet that have failed?
Right.
That was my thing. And I wondered, like, we didn't see all of the children die. Did, like, one of those children have a little wicker doll and walked off?
Yeah, well, they made that little girl, right? The first one that supposedly died that fell down the pit. Mm-hmm. Didn't she have a wicker toy?
I think she might have been playing with the wicker toy.
She had one. So what if, like...
What if that's the little girl out in the woods?
What if she left and they just never found her and assumed that... Well, no, they found her wicker toy.
Yeah, it was laying right there.
Yeah.
But what I was saying is some other kid they assumed died.
It could be, but what did they do with the Wicker Man after that child died? Did they make a gravesite and leave the Wicker Man there on the grave?
I don't remember that now.
That's going to be
I don't remember because maybe something just came and took it.
You would think they would close that loop for us. You would think.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of ongoing shit, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm. What do you guys think of Father when Campion basically? I can't remember word for word what he said, but ripped his ass and basically told him he was nothing.
He said that you don't really feel anything. You're not my dad. Yeah, I felt bad for Father.
But Father took it well. He was like, "You're right." Basically, he said, "You're right." But he said that's that's why we rely on Mother so much, to protect us.
Yeah, he's a basic service model, and I can't protect you. We need Mother for that.
So he took that pretty well.
Yeah.
But then he did say,
but he can protect to a degree.
Right.
I think he's stronger than the average human.
Well, he did towards the end there when he wrapped up that freaking liquor and put it in the room there, the building there. And,
yeah.
But Father did say, but I am real Campion. So that was kind of a little.
And technically, he is. He's a real android. He's just not a person, as in,
he doesn't.
We would be a person.
Yeah, he doesn't. He probably doesn't experience thoughts and emotions the way we experience them, but he might experience them in a different way.
So Father's aware of his limitations, which is probably a good thing. Probably.
Yeah. The fortress or a prison. They're discussing, the mentality there when Hunter won't shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And they all make a point, like he's this smart kid, but he's obviously the rich man's kid. Not that all rich people's kids. Yeah, but not that every rich person's kid is worthless. But this kid evidently is worthless because the other kids are calling him out on the fact that he just sat around all day. Mm-hmm. And Campion's putting in the sweat, the blood and the sweat.
Stereotypical spoiled rich bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you had the paranoid religious types. Or the anti-religious types, where that android was singing that hymn over the fucking serpent's pit.
Yeah.
And
Caleb
was telling her to shut up, and they're all like, "Wow, why are you telling her to shut up?"
He almost blew his cover there. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're all like, "Oh no, we all used to sing it when we used to execute atheists, and that's probably why Caleb didn't like it."
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I picked up on that. And then what's his name? Eminence.
They referred to him as the Eminence. Whatever he's.
He was like, why? He you could tell that sparked his interest.
So they're at odds a little bit. Too.
Yeah, they're at odds. There's gonna be a clash there. Yeah,
you can tell he's a stereotype too, like stereotypical leader that doesn't want to get his hands dirty and doesn't want to be exposed to
hiding behind his position, his religion.
Yeah,
and I really like the story of like they were in a simulation for 13 years, and he and his girl, his wife, developed a real relationship with Paul, who didn't have a real relationship with his parents.
And now they care.
Now they do care. Like, think about it. You have a kid for 13 years, you would.
That was my favorite part of this episode, was the emotional aspect there. Seeing Paul get the love he deserves from his parents.
And so the part where he's carrying him on his shoulders, I thought he was going to get chastised by that one chick who was seemed like she was a higher up.
She was a leadership of some sort. Yeah.
Well, she was the one safeguarding the children when they came back.
Right.
To infiltrate the place and impersonate them. She was the one that was there and said, "Oh, welcome back, Captain."
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if I thought it was some part of their religion, some kind of tradition where you don't talk to the kid at a certain age or something.
I think,
but maybe they was just them.
I think they were just so used to seeing the men of war just be so hardened and not probably even pay attention to the kids, because she said something to the effect of, "Hey, it's good to see a man of war have some fun."
I don't know. Everything's leading me to believe, though, that the church raises them, so to speak, quote unquote, the church, because these kids were separated from them to begin with, and they just came back and we kept them safe just like we said they would.
Yeah.
And then when they get into the sim, they're still keeping them separate, and the kid's like, "Hey, you never talk to me."
Right.
So that makes me think that it's just the way that it is with these people.
Maybe, but it's just that's why it was I feel like it set us up to make us think that that Caleb, that Marcus was going to get in trouble, but she seemed to positively reinforce his behavior.
Well, they were
at that point, and maybe you're both right, because maybe the men of war just aren't typically like that.
Well, they were obviously coming off of many years of war, decades probably of war. And she mentioned the planet Eden, I think it was, or
that they wanted to get war and they want to have.
Well, they wanted to make it a new Eden. Wherever the planet that they settle, which is Kepler 22b.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They want to make it the new Eden, the new Garden of Eden,
right.
the new paradise, where war's behind us. Well,
we'll see if that happens.
Don't think anywhere man's going to go, war will not follow.
When Mother went out hunting for the Mithraic, that was pretty scary. Like you said, she's a scary son of a bitch.
She's a scary bitch, man.
But they're definitely opening things up to these other groups, other living organisms that are on the planet. I mean, you have the lickers, which turn out to be fucking like bird people.
Yeah.
Featherless bird people. They got like a beak or something. Didn't it look like it had a beak or a snout of some kind?
Yeah.
And
then of course, like the fucking big snake things.
The serpents.
The mother and father said, they're not real. They died a long time ago. They told us that so we stay away from the holes. I felt like that was like a little tease.
And then whatever's hiding out in the woods that seems to be, it's an anthropoid. It's definitely, human appearance.
Yeah.
Except the cloak.
I'll be quick, but when you were talking about the mother, one of the Mithraic, she was obviously on the mission just to get the medicine, because we know that if she wanted to go to that little cave there and destroy those people, I think she could have.
Yeah.
I mean, she was on a mission to get the medicine. Those people were scared to death, shit in their pants, but I mean, she wasn't there for that.
Yeah,
that's another day.
Yeah, she didn't actively go down there and seek them out.
That's for another day.
Yeah. That android, when it came out, she definitely went after it.
Oh,
that's a scary. That thing's flying at you like this. It's a scary shit, dude.
Hell yeah.
So,
and how she can just she's so fast. It's like instantaneously got in front of her.
Well, even the scream on the android though, which could be, I guess, in whatever. She could be modified to affect androids.
Yeah.
But when she screamed at the android this time, the android's still fucked up.
Yeah.
They didn't get all fried and weird looking,
I think they're more durable.
Dude, when she screams, man, that is some scary shit when she screams, man. I mean, that
fucking Nazgul scream. People falling down and covering their ears and shit.
Yeah. God, jeez. Okay.
That was the noise, too, that we heard when they went in the caverns. No, it was her coming.
Yeah, it was her coming.
Yeah, that's right. And then they went down.
But I did think that was from the caverns at first.
At first, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I did too.
Yeah.
I misremembered.
Yeah, I don't have too much else to say other than the fact that this is just one of my favorite shows we're watching right now. I just love it very much.
It's definitely a conversation piece.
It's definitely that's why
you'd have it just on display in a room and you just talk about it.
Yeah,
good show. It wouldn't even be on. It'd be on like a disc set sitting on a coffee table.
Yeah,
let's talk about that.
For what we do, it's one of my favorite things. Just in terms of discussing with you guys. The ideas it presents, not pioneering anything, but that's okay. It's just it's awesome to talk about.
Well, they're doing it in a way that's
entertaining and not boring and not repetitive.
It's not well trodden.
Yeah,
No.
So. Anyways, guys, I think that's it. I think we're out.
Yeah.
Peace, guys. Thank you so much for watching this reaction and our breakdown, our discussion of it. I hope you like it as much as we do. If you like us and you would like to support us, like and subscribe, comment down below, hit that notification, check out our other reactions such as Mandalorian, Clone Wars, Gravity Falls, just other things like that. Yeah.